Hello, it's the Old Pro, Michael Harmon, coming to you with another chat session from, once again, in the Dominican Republic, where I got to sit with Gilles Gagnon yesterday, the director of golf. I hope you'll enjoy that video. We had a great time chatting about the early days of Casa de Campo, and today it's a dear, dear friend. We've had 26 years together. This is my Caddie and close friend, Jose Antonio de los Santos, known as Antonio, and we've shared a lot of time together. I've always wanted to have him in the chat session, so I hope you enjoy this. We spent a lot of time together. I first met Antonio at 16.
16, yes.
He's now 120. No. He's now 44 years old, which just is hard to imagine. But it's been an absolute delight. We've won a few times together. The team has won a few times together.
Yes.
And he's just an absolute joy to have, not only on the golf course, but as a close friend of our family and many of the members' families as well, who have been down here through the decades. Antonio lives in La Romana, just outside the gates here at Casa de Campo, a thriving town. How many people there?
300,000 people.
300,000. I was thinking it was 100,000.
No, it's
So it's not a small place, okay? It's a
Well,
busy place.
It's got growing. It's got growing a lot in the last years.
Last couple of years. We met when he was just working the range, and then we eventually, which is kind of the status here, you come in young and work the range and clean clubs and help around for the most part, the caddy shack and the range, and then you eventually progress into the caddy program here, just much like any other caddy programs. And he has just been a delight to be with through the years. We just finished up the tournament. We sucked. He did his job well. We didn't do our job very well. But we had a great time, and I wanted to get him in on our chat session today just to have some fun and tell some stories. So, my friend, great to have you. Delightful.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be on your channel.
Tell our friends a little bit about Antonio and early childhood. You do play the game. You play pretty well. I've seen him hit it.
Yeah, I play golf.
Take us through some of the early life and how you got to Casa de Campo, and then we'll go from there.
Where I get to Casa de Campo through my father, who he used to run a little cafeteria back in the days when they started to build the Tifo de Dog courts. So.
And what year is that?
Well, he started here on the early 70s.
Early 70s.
Early 70s.
I think it opened in what, late 60s?
Yes.
Late 60s, maybe 70.
Yeah, early 70s.
Yeah.
So I grew up a little bit, and then I started going with my father into the Casa de Campo to cleaning the people clubs on the driving range when they practice. I was maybe 12 to 13 years.
Yeah. And then you moved into full-time.
Full-time.
Caddying full-time.
Caddying full-time.
Yeah.
I was on the school in the morning, and then school in the morning, and then I come to the property to do the job of cleaning in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah. And so even after, when did you finish school? 16, 18?
I was 17.
17. And then went straight to full-time?
Full-time.
Caddying. And in the Dominican, this is one of the top jobs around. And I think you're now one of the oldest. Are you one of the oldest? You said something about that the other day.
Well, actually no. We have caddies here. They have 40 years.
40 years. Are those some of the guys that go back and forth?
Yes.
Yeah. Some of them they got visas many years ago.
Yes.
And go to America to caddy for seasons, whether it's the summer season or spring seasons, and then they come back down here and work the fall season. But at 17, that's what you wanted to do. It's a good job.
It's a good job, yes.
Good paying job. Yeah. And then you met your lovely wife Alessandra,
Oh,
Alice.
Alex.
How old?
I was 21 years old.
21.
Yes.
I'll definitely put a picture of Alessandra or Alice on the on the website. 'Cause she's a lot better looking than he is.
She's a beautiful woman. No doubt about
And the
that.
delight. So you met
Yeah.
her young. So you've been married how many years now?
20 years.
20.
Yeah, I don't lose any time.
Where did it go? Where did the time go?
I don't know.
Well,
You
you got gray in your beard, and I'm white. I'm turning white.
Yeah, the time fly.
Time flies.
Yeah.
It is good. Antonio has been an absolute delight down here for us and for all the guys that have come to Casa de Campo with me through the years. I think this is my 30th trip, somewhere around in there. First one started in 87, 88 with some of the early secession boys. And he became family. The boys, he's got Denzel, the oldest, is now 19.
19.
First year in college. And Hansel, the youngest, is 16.
16.
Which
Will
is
be
as
soon.
old as you were when I met you. He got such a guy. I have dinner in town with him every year. And he couldn't believe that I met you at 16, as his age. That's
Yeah.
how long we've known. It really kind of blew his mind. But about to finish up school, and he'll go to college as well.
Yep, it is.
I mean, they're wonderful kids. The thing I've always loved, not only about you, but all of the people down here, the Dominicans are just so warm and friendly.
Yeah.
They're just warm-hearted, kind people.
It's part of that, culture.
The culture.
Yes.
Yeah. You grow up as close families, and you guys are close.
Yes.
You've taught those kids well. And I'm sure that's not the case in every home, but it still is. Your kids are very special, and I know I've tried to help, and our friends try to help. Whenever we come down with the kids or whatever, if there's ever any pressing needs, hurricanes come through here, and these, just like anywhere else, there's needs, and he just became part of the family.
And we appreciate that as a family, that you take care of us every time.
Yeah. And he'd always take my clothes. I'd come down and he'd always take my clothes.
Yeah, we're
He's a polo boy too.
polo.
He's a polo. I have to. We always go into town. I used to in the old days. I'd come into town on the first day, and have some. We'd play a practice round, and then we'd go into town, and he would take me to the markets where they sold cloth. And I'd go in and have probably 5 or 6 pairs of pants made. Miguel was the tailor, and I'd take a pair of pants. He wouldn't fit me. I'd take a pair of pants that I liked, and he would just replicate that pant. So this is one of my favorite stories. When I do the book, this is definitely going in the book. We always ate at the same place. What was the name of it?
Sema.
Sema, S-E-M-A. So we're at Sema. And we're having a cold beer up on, it's kind of a 2-tiered interior, main floor, main floor, then this little upper area with a bakery and so forth. And we were up there at a table, just the two of us. And, I've got on the pink shirt and the pink draped sweater and the white linens, and Antonio's looking good as well. We've done our business. I've got my pants for the week. And we're sitting there having a Presidente.
Presidente beer.
And then shots ring out. Shots close. They're close. I mean,
Outside of the door.
it wasn't inside, but it was
Outside.
just outside the door.
Yes.
And I look over at Antonio, who had a friend over on just to his right. I think it was a lady.
A lady.
And he's gone. The shots ring out. I look over and he's gone. He's on the floor because she had grabbed him and was pulling him down. I look to the front door, and across the whole of the restaurant, everybody's on the floor. So we're sitting at this kind of high table. I've got this Presidente in my hand, and the first thought, and it's so bad, the first thought I have is, there is no way I'm hitting the floor in these pants. I guess blood's okay. You know, I can get blood on them, but I'm not going to get dirt on them. So I kind of hide, and turned out to be a pickpocket or something, and the police were shooting at a purse snatcher or something like that. And I have told that story 100 times. It's so bad. I can't believe that's the first thought I would have. I didn't care about my safety. Didn't care about getting shot. Didn't care about anything. I just didn't want to get my pants dirty. Oh, that's beauty. And another time we were in town with, Antonio's a wonderful athlete. When I first saw him, he looked like Michael Jordan. Tall, what are you, 6'3"?
6'3".
Spectacular athlete. In fact, we tried, we talked about trying to get you to go to school up there, but getting a visa out of here is just not that easy. And but I mean, he looked like a young Michael Jordan, and he actually played like one as well. He was a marvelous basketball. Still play.
Still play.
Now, still playing league play. How many a game? Average?
We play like 12 games when they do the tournament. But I played once a week. We still play.
Points per game. How many points? Average.
Oh, my average was 18 points per game.
So you still score?
Yes.
Yeah. So I see him and one of our dear Secession guys, Chris Conifrey, good player, New York City boy, played in the city. He had come down to play in several tournaments, and they had decided the following year he would bring his kids and go play a game. So I got to go into town and watch this game, and Chris held his own. He played.
Yeah, he
played
played very well. Yeah.
And Antonio played well, and I'm sitting in the stands in my pink and white or whatever, and all of a sudden, word began to spread around town that Antonio had Chris Mullins in town.
Chris Mullins.
And
I
Don
remember
Nelson.
that. And Don Nelson.
I thought I was Don Nelson. The coach of Detroit.
The coach of Detroit.
Pistons. That was absolutely one of my favorites. But they, that's one of the regrets for me with you is that we couldn't get you to go to school. If we'd have gotten the visa when you were 16, 18 years old, and we tried. It's just not that easy to do.
It's still difficult.
Still difficult.
Yes.
Is it any better now to get out, or is it still hard?
Well, it's more easier now, but still they ask for too many things still.
And it's not cheap either.
No.
Yeah, it's not a cheap process. And that's one of the regrets. I wish we would have been able to get you out to play some college ball. Plus, that would have given you access, a visa that you probably could have maintained the rest of your life.
Yes.
No reason still to not try it. We can still.
Well, I might give it a try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can still come up and work at one of the clubs for a while, for a season or something like that. It does make a difference.
Yeah, I would like to do it before I get more old.
Too old.
Yes.
Too old.
Too old.
And so tell us about, you obviously, we're close, and I'm sure you have a lot of other people that are very close to you. Tell me about those, who those people are. They come from different countries. Tell me, is there a group, how many, like we're one, is there 20? Are there 30 groups of good friends that come in and ask for you year after year?
Well, you guys are like my top clients and friends that I have.
Yeah.
Because, like you said at the beginning, we've been together, 25, 26 years.
All right.
So you're the only people as a Caddie that I know until this time that we keep in touch for that long.
So you're not as close
With some other people,
with most of the others.
no.
Yeah.
No.
Right.
So, but I have other good clients that come like every year, but they only spend a week here.
Right.
But we are not that close.
Right. So you don't stay in touch with them during the year?
No.
Yeah, we stay in touch pretty regularly, especially in hurricane season. I'm always worried about them in the season itself. Do you get to play any golf now? You still get to play, and what do you shoot when you play?
Low low 80s, mid,
Yeah.
sometimes go like
Yeah.
low 70s,
So you can shoot low 70s.
low 70s, mid 70s.
It's a good thing we didn't
Yeah.
play this time.
Yeah.
We were going to try to play together this go around, but then I've not been well.
Well, this is one of the things that would like to be here as a Casa de Campos working because they give you the opportunity to play the game, to play golf.
Right.
If you work on the polo with the horse, you get to play polo.
Right.
The tennis, the same, so
Shooting.
so they leave the employees improve in the games.
In talking with Gilles yesterday, the director, and if you haven't seen that, I'd recommend you watching that one. We had a really nice conversation about the facility, and it just resonated that this place has always taken care of its people really well.
Yeah.
They are, and I sort of felt that, but to have that sort of validated by Gilles yesterday was really nice, and I think that just speaks volumes to the ownership, the family, the Von Hool family, the lead, the presidents and such. I'm sure they've come and gone, good and bad ones, but through it all, they've all been it's all been very close. And you sense that when you're here. Antonio in the dining room. He's been here 30 years. You see these same people, the people up at Altos, the people up at Dyfor, and it really just speaks volumes to the culture of the club and the resort, but also the people. They're just so appreciative to have their jobs, to have their positions.
Yeah, we have Caddie Master in the guy from the men's locker room, 35 years.
35 years.
30 years.
And letting you come out and play is there's a big number of caddies. How many caddies total?
Well, at this moment we are on TIFF, we are like 162 caddies. Yes.
And those caddies can go to Dyfor, or is that a separate group of people up there?
On Dyfor it's a little Amano caddies. They are like 12.
Just
12.
small number.
A small number. So, but the caddy from the main area, like the TIFF, we are allowed to work in every other courses, every single course.
Is it mandatory at Teeth?
It is mandatory.
Is it mandatory at Dyfor?
No, it's not.
No. None of the others? That's why, there's only a dozen up there, but you got 160 down here.
Yeah.
And they rotate, right? You said, I think we talked about that. Do you
Yeah, we rotate by numbers.
And that's tough. But then they get you out a couple of times a week.
Yes.
That's a big number, 160.
160, but they go back and forth. Some of the guys, during the low season, they just leave to the States. But at this moment, they are all here.
Yeah. And this, if you've not been here, this is the season. Pretty much December, January, February, maybe a little piece of November, a little piece of March.
Yeah, through
April?
To April.
And then it cuts off.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, it is just an extraordinary place, and I've always enjoyed the golf is spectacular, but it's not the golf really that I enjoy. It's the atmosphere. It's so pleasant. It's the people are so kind across the board, and I just and the temperature is perfect.
Yeah.
Every day. Well, today, actually, we had a rain shower. That's the biggest rain shower I've ever seen.
It rained today about hour 15 minutes. Solid rain, yes.
Yeah, the golf course looked like it was underwater. We got off just in time. Thank you very much. That was perfect. So, what does Antonio's future look like? Tell me what your dreams are. Tell me what you hope for your family, for you, your country. Tell me what do you dream about?
For me and my family, I would like to have my own place. Got a home.
Right.
That's one of my closer dreams that I have. I just,
Right.
yeah, and be healthy and be able to see my kids growing up.
Yeah.
And for my country, I think we as a country we have a very beautiful country with very nice people, and I think we good. I think we
You're good.
still, yes, I think we are good, and we're gonna be good
Yeah.
up to the ends of the day.
Yeah. I agree with you. We've been talking a good bit about this. One of our guys is a first timer, and he's so impressed with the place and the country and its stability. And when I talked to Gilles yesterday, the global element of it. It's not just, I mean, the American presence here is really kind of small. German, Italian, French. You see them, Russian, they said, Gilles said there's more Russians coming. And that really bodes well for the stability of not only this resort, but the country itself. I mean, if you've got Punta Cana's exploded, Puerto Plata, so, you're seeing more and more people come down. And as the world gets a little more dangerous, it's a pretty safe place. It's a pretty
Well,
nice place.
the government do very good job with the people because they give a lot of facility
Yeah.
to the people from all the places. If you want to come here and make business and all of that, so they give a lot of facility to do that.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that's why that's why we have as a country we have a lot of, like you say, people from Italian,
Right.
but Spain.
Yeah.
They have restaurants, they have shops, they have people from everywhere we have here.
Yeah. Well, you're in a beautiful place, and your dreams are no different than any other parent's dreams. You want your kids to be well,
Yeah,
and
that's
you
what I
want to
want.
be healthy, and Alice, you want health, and that's not you can't put a price on that. You know, it's not
No.
but home ownership, yes, it's not, but it's not cheap. You know,
No.
it's difficult, and we would dream for you on that one, that you one day find that. I know it's everybody's ideal to have something like that. So I hope that does happen.
Yeah, it does become with the years, because sometimes when you're young, you don't
Yeah,
you don't see that.
yeah,
Yes, see, but right now, like you say, I'm 44, so now I think on that.
right. Yeah, and the
Because
kids are still in the house, but soon the kids won't be in the house. Soon they'll probably be out and living their own lives, married, children of their own,
that's good.
grandfather.
Oh, oh,
That's terrible.
that's,
God, I hope they look like Alice. Well, I just can't thank you enough for the love. I mean, it's love. It's not just kindness. It's love.
you know that.
It's you're every part of my family, every part of the Secessions family that I love. The club for so many decades. You've been a part of our family as well, and are continually in our prayers. And I just thank you for the enjoyment I get coming here. You know, I was injured this week and couldn't barely play, but it didn't diminish the time spent at all. It was hard physically because I was hurting, but that didn't change the enjoyment one bit. I mean, I topped an 8-iron today. Okay,
Yeah.
topped an 8-iron. So I could barely play, but I never. I mean, I was disappointed that I couldn't hit the shot, but that didn't change the enjoyment that
The
we had
enjoyment
out
of the
there.
day, yeah.
And with the boys here, it's just a marvelous time, and you add to that so much. Just your presence being with us, and
Thank you.
I just love you and just thank you that for all you've done, and hopefully we'll have many more years to do this.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll keep moving up on those tees. I'm gonna be playing about 5,500 yards, and I'll maybe be good then, maybe get it back again. But again, just thank you for all you've done for not only me, but for all the guys that we brought down. And we just
Many guys.
wish many of the guys.
Yeah.
You've seen them all loco, all crazy. Thank you, my friend. What a delight it is. I love you. You know that. I love you. Mwah. And thanks, guys. I'm glad we got to introduce Antonio to you for just a bit. He's a wonderful man. And if you get to Casa de Campo, ask for my friend. Thanks for joining us. We'll talk again soon. We'll see you soon. So long.